Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is a beer courtesy of Eric from Atypical Brewery and Barrelworks. Awesome shirt from that. And so this is one that I'm very excited for. This is a spontaneous sour from him. He's not open yet as a brewery, so hopefully soon in this year. But this is a Belgian Gueuze inspired ale. It's generally Gueuze is blended with 3 to 1 year aged old lambic. This one is 2.5 years old, 1.5 years old, and then 9 months old, so he's getting there to make a not even a proper Gueuze because he doesn't use turbid mash, he doesn't use raw wheat in there, but he does use local ingredients, he does use his own grown hops, and then he obviously did it spontaneous with microbes near his plum tree. So really excited. It's also bottle conditioned with honey, so that's not traditional at all. So this is not like Jester King's méthode traditionnelle, but why not? Yeah, I think it's awesome that American breweries can be inspired by Belgium, do their own thing like we do in America with our hopping and crazy techniques. So it's something inspired by the old guard, but doing something different. So really excited. Beer comes in a medium gold color, medium plus haze on there. Let's get the aroma on this one. Smells pretty spot on. It's actually not that funky. It's actually pretty subdued. It reminds me of young lambic. Here and there we'll get like 1 year old lambic being sent to us. It's generally a beer that is drank locally in Belgium and also with no carbonation. Obviously this has some carbonation, but it smells a little bit sweet, a little bit of fruitiness in there, some tangerine. There's that little bit of acidity, hint of funk. Cheers. So this is a pretty beer. This is not a damp, dirty, hay, barnyard, intense Belgian Gueuze. It's a very pretty, nice beer. It reminds me of young Belgian lambic, but actually not that tart, which is actually correct, but also not that funky. I imagine he'll tell me, but this blend is probably a lot of the 9-month-old blend in there. It really lacks acidity and intense funkiness, which is not a knock on the beer. Just again, we're in the realm of Belgian Gueuze, so that's where I'm placing myself, and that's where I'm trying to use a vocabulary and describe to you what it tastes like. So it tastes nothing like Belgian Gueuze. It completely lacks any of those descriptors that I'd be looking for, but doesn't take away the fact that this is delicious beer. Follows on the aroma. There's an intense honey sweetness to this one, or sorry, honey flavor to this one. That doesn't mean that the bottle conditioning of honey has to directly deal with it. It's just something that I'm familiar with, and it reminds me of when you put honey into your hot water lemon thing, or your honey into your hot tea. It's just a characteristic that sort of tastes like young lambic. A little bit of fruitiness driving in there. It's a lemon zest, or that touch of tangerine character. This beer is also a little bit more bitter. I'm curious about the hopping rates, because generally Belgian Gueuze has these like just fresh hops that are just aged in pails like in the middle of nowhere, and they don't take care of them and they get all moldy and gross, but at least it offers some amount of IBU, low amount, and also some preservative qualities. This for me is maybe, it's not that bitter, but maybe a touch too much. And then also I'm curious about the oak aging qualities on this one. Oak is not too aggressive, but I possibly taste it. This is beautiful beer. It's really well constructed, lightly sour beer. Acidity on this one is medium to medium minus. It's good beer. It's just good beer. It's really nice. It actually, so if you didn't know that this beer was there's so much work put into this one, spontaneous aging, blended of almost 3-year-old beer in here, you'd be impressed, but the flavors are awesome. I just wish the funk and acidity was a little bit more aggressive, but I'm sure he's getting there with his program. So I'm sure at some point, hopefully in half a year, we'll get 3 to 1 year old Belgian inspired Gueuze. So it's absolutely fantastic. This is A-level beer. It's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, again, I'm not trying to knock the beer for not being Belgian Gueuze. It is what it is, and it's still delicious. So until next time, cheers. Later.